Trucking fleets and their recruiters are constantly looking for new ways to attract and keep qualified truck drivers. One of the best ways to find out how to attract a new crop of drivers is to find out what the current drivers are saying. After all, who would know better than the men and women who are actually out on the road? Hi, I'm Joshua Miller with Randall-Reilly, and today we're going to talk about what truck drivers want. The average trucker is on the road a lot, and it's not uncommon to log over 100,000 miles annually or 2,000 to 3,000 miles a week. All of that time on the road means they're spending time away from their family, friends, and loved ones at home. So what could possibly make truck drivers want to spend all of their time on the road in those tiny cabs? The polling data actually reveals several things about what actually makes truckers tick. There's actually a variety of reasons that truckers cited that made them want to pursue the occupation. It could be they grew up with a trucker in their family, like their mom, dad, or uncle. It could be they just want the freedom of being on the open road, or perhaps they just don't like the idea of sitting in a cubicle with a boss over their shoulder all day long. The reasons are varied, but one thing continually pops up. It's the freedom that the road offers and the job itself affords that attracts most truckers. By taking the time to study and actually understand what motivates truck drivers and using those motivations within your campaigns, you stand a better chance at attracting and keeping new qualified drivers. No matter what occupation or job you're talking about, there's always going to be some problems and some things that the employees think need improving. So when it comes to trucking, what are the truck drivers saying the problems are? Right away, two things we see is that truckers think they don't get paid enough and they don't get enough time at home. Although pay and home time are two of the top answers no matter who you ask, there are some other common things that pop up. Not enough miles, no career opportunities, not feeling like part of a team. These are just a few of the myriad of answers that the truckers supplied to our polls. Perhaps the biggest bone of contention that you should be concerned about, however, is the fact that truckers don't feel respected. So how does knowing this information help your recruiting? The bottom line is, without drivers, there is no trucking industry. If you can't keep your drivers happy and on the road, your fleet is in some major trouble. We all know that drivers are always going to have some form of complaint, but if you know what those complaints and concerns are, it can help your fleet better address them and keep your drivers happy. The bottom line is, truckers want what we all want. The sheer freedom of the open road or lack of a boss bearing down on them may have been what drew them to the business in the first place, but in the end, they're just like you and me. Every truck driver you have out there on the road wants to be respected, supported, and valued by you, their employer. A job we enjoy, good pay, and time with our family is something that pretty much everyone can relate to. Your fleet is always going to need quality drivers. Without the drivers, you have no business. That's why keeping your current drivers happy and on the road is critical. And knowing what drivers want is a major part of continuing to supply your fleet with new drivers. Trucking is, of course, a business, but it's important that you don't fall into the trap of just looking at your drivers as faceless names or blips on a map, but rather you see them as the hardworking men and women they are, truly valued and respected members of your team. By doing this, you make sure not only that today's drivers are content, but you set yourself up for success by continuing to gain the quality drivers you need moving into the future. Thanks for checking out today's video. We hope that it was helpful to you. If you liked what you saw, let us know. Like, comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you know exactly when we post new content. You want to check out an older video? There happens to be one right over there. And if you want full access to the What Truck Drivers Want survey or help getting more targeted with your truck driver recruiting, you can click on the links down below or head over to randallreilly.com.